Ladies and lads, gentlemen and dragons, please pay attention, for the king has arrived and would like to give a speech. King Thickness and Queen Bidet.
Yes! Hello, all. It is I, Hercules von Kirkleton, the first of his name, dumpiest of trucks, sweatiest of swamps, and co-king of the Doozy Empire. And I am proud to decree the arrival of our first jester in residency. He has traveled far and wide to get here. Mostly wide. Please welcome to the stage, performing his completely original stand-up set of Renaissance jokes and japes, the bastard-born Bostonian himself, donkey rider of Jersey City, and professional drunkard, Alex the bald-head and bearded of House Staub. Begin!
Yes, Your Highness. Well, first of all, thank you for allowing me to be in your presence. It is truly a sight.
Funyuns.
Well,
do you have jokes for me?
Yes. Sorry, I do not mean to waste the king's time. Now, these jokes are prepared and have been told at actual Renaissance fairs. These are real jokes that actual jesters tell at Renaissance fairs.
I would expect nothing less.
Perfect.
Begin.
The first joke. I hope that this pleases the king. I do. I would not want to be headless. The first joke is, now that I have lived through a plague, actually, COVID, I get why most Renaissance paintings are of fat people lounging around with their boobs and dicks out. Does that not please the king? Okay.
More!
My parents won't take me to the Renaissance fair. And I said, well, that's not fair.
Explain it to me. Explain it to me, bastard born of Boston.
I messed the joke up. My parents won't take me to a Renaissance festival. And I said, that's not fair. Get it?
Oh!
It's a Renaissance fair.
Yes. More?
I made a startling discovery about one of the greatest Renaissance painters. He was actually a silica-based mechanoid hiding in plain sight. Sand Robot Ticelli.
Off with his head! I did not
These
find
are
that
real
all-
jokes that they
I did
tell.
not find that at all funny. Take him now.
I have more. Perhaps this will please the king. I was told to book my vacation in time. This year, I'm going to the Renaissance and Cold War era. This pleases the king.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, great. I have another one for you. I hope I don't have to face rich French Renaissance citizens as enemies in video games. They would be overpowdered.
Please stop it! Stop it! You're fired! You're fired!
Wait. I volunteer part-time as a jouster at the Renaissance Fair.
Oh, yes, I do like those.
I'm a freelancer.
Someone please kill him now.
What do...
Someone kill him! Kill him, please! No!
What?
No, I will not stand for this. What?
What do tampons
Oh.
and Renaissance art have in common? You get upset when your dog tears up either of them because they are period pieces. These are real jokes that these are real
people have done.
These are real jokes at Renaissance fairs that kill.
I have no doubt.
That crush.
Because people kill themselves after hearing them.
I had
Please, can't hand it, please. We'll do
Does
more
the
later.
king want more?
I don't.
I had a lot of fun at the Renaissance
good
fair
Lord.
last summer with my wife. I had a great time riding her into battle.
Yes! Yeah!
Hey, welcome to the Doozy podcast, everybody.
Yes, you know, you're probably thinking, what the bloody hell is going on?
Well, the word doozy means something that is extraordinary or outstanding of its kind.
And we are obviously not that.
But we are trying to please the king.
Yes, indeed. And so this is the podcast that we are going to give you all the tools you need to please the king.
And the best part is we're going to learn how to please the king ourselves while we also please ourselves.
Oh, yes. Makes sense to me.
I'm Alex, Juster of the Year, twice in a row. Stop.
And I'm Kirk, His Royal Thickness.
Well, Your Highness, what are we talking about today?
You know, I don't have the slightest idea.
I don't either.
Well,
Not the slightest.
shall we go get a pint? No,
We should.
You know, I think it's pretty evident. It's a very popular activity in the fall time. We're going to learn how to Ren Fair. Renaissance Fair. Exactly. Yes. That's what I think of every time I think of the Ren Fair.
Well, have you ever been to a Renaissance fair?
Many
Or do you
a-
just keep this shit in your closet? To role play.
You know, many a time I've been to the Renaissance Fair. I grew up, me and Colby's, every fall we would go to the Ren Fair. And it was so much fun. We would, my mother would take me, Colby, my father, my sister, I think my older brother sometimes. So the family.
The royal family.
The royal
Yes, yes,
family,
the royal
yes.
family,
No,
yes, yes.
but my favorite thing was there's different, like, times for events. We would go to the parade. You would see the king and the queen. You would go to the joust and you would root for certain people.
Yes.
But my favorite, every single year, Colby and I, we got permission to buy one each a wooden a wooden weapon. Little dagger. A wooden weapon. We were
Really?
in training. Yes, we were knights in training.
Wow.
We
And
accumulated.
you would whip the wood around?
I would whip the word around all the whole year. Really? No, but we amassed so many wooden weapons. Wooden weapons.
Yes.
And we would have daggers. We would have swords. One year we got an axe, and so that whole year until the next, we were pretending to be Gimli from Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
Yes,
Gimli,
but then
yes.
my favorite. I have a very short story. One year we got the bow and arrow. Now, of course, these aren't sharpened arrows. It's like
They're wooden.
They're wood.
They're
They're wood, after all.
They're wooden weapons whittled down for the wearer.
So for a whole year, and especially during the summer, Colby and I would play with these wooden weapons. We grew up loving the medieval, all that stuff, and Lord of the Rings. But I remember there was one time, I think I was about 10 year, and
10 moon.
10 moon.
10 moon cycles.
10 moon cycles. No, and so I remember having the bow and arrow, and I thought it would be a funny bit to aim it towards Colby. And I thought I pulled it enough for it to just stop right in front of him. No, it projectile went right into his throat. And the funniest thing was, like, Colby was a little bit pudgier when he was small. So he was just this pudgier kid, like, playing around. And then I accidentally draw my my bow and arrow too far, and it hit him right in the throat. He's like, I thought he was choking. And the funniest thing is, our other friend Connor was there, and Connor and I were just like, what do I do? I almost killed my brother with a wooden whittled down weapon.
Well, that's very common to kill your siblings back then.
It
It was
is.
also very common for incest as well.
That's right.
As
I took
with
the
the
better of
royal
the two.
family, that's what they did every summer.
Arguably, I took the better route of almost killing my brother.
Yes.
As you can see, yes, I grew up on Renaissance fairs.
Surprised he
But what about
survived as well, because the fat ones always die first in battle. They do. They get sent out.
That's right.
They
But
do.
what about you?
Especially with wooden weapons.
wooden whittled
Yes,
weapon. Now, what about you?
They were whittled, by the way.
Whittled with cool
I
whip.
did not mean to insult the king.
Now, what about you? Did you ever grow up going to the Renaissance fair?
Yes, I did not grow up. I was born in the Renaissance fair.
You were born
No. I was one
To
of
a
the cool
wench,
kids.
no doubt.
I was a cool kid, and I did.
What does the cool kid look like back in that time?
Well,
Let me tell you, I whittled the weapon.
I had a wooden weapon of my own.
Oh, Bazinga, he can't stop, ladies and gentlemen.
Exactly. This wasn't a Renaissance fair per se. It was more. It was more of a gathering where they sold weapons based off
Sold women.
women.
Okay.
Whittled down.
Wait, so they sold what?
So this was more of like it was more of like a Lord of the Rings festival.
Oh, well,
right.
that's right up
Yes,
the same alley.
And I wanted a real. They were selling real swords, and very royal. That's royalty right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted a real sword, and
Oh,
my
no.
mother said no. So we burned her at the stake.
No doubt she was a witch.
No, yes. In that scenario, she was a bitch, but she was.
Did
a
she
witch
turn
afterward.
anyone into a newt?
She
perhaps?
survived.
She survived.
She survived.
And she
because
raised
she was
you for the last 30
Yes,
years.
she did.
Yes.
I did not get a weapon, but that was the closest thing to a Renaissance fair I think I've been to. But every time I think of Renaissance fair, I think of that scene in Role Models. You know that movie?
I believe so.
Where
It's been a
where
while.
they're LARPing. You know what LARPing
The
is?
LARPing,
Right?
yes.
Where they're LARPing. And the guy dressed up as a knight comes up and he goes, rub-a-dub-dub. And there's no context or meaning. But whenever people talk about Renaissance fairs, I just picture someone going around going, rub-a-dub-dub. The king's here, rub-a-dub-dub. That's like the tagline.
Yes.
Anywho, you want to hear another joke?
One more, but before we go, on to the 10 tips.
What did the Classical Art Museum Acquisitions Director say to the arts benefactor and collector at a Renaissance, of early Renaissance? Let me say that
What's
again.
the joke? What's it?
What did the Classical Art Museum Acquisitions Director say to the arts benefactor and collector of early Renaissance paintings? Send nudes. Does that not please the king? I have one more for you.
No.
What do you call a Renaissance snack?
Oh, my.
A Da Vinci's curl.
Oh, I can see.
Off with his head.
Off with his head. But hand me those Da Vinci's.
Perfect.
Now, everyone, we have the top 10 tips.
I've always wanted to go. We should go.
You know, we absolutely could, because it's such a great opportunity to drink heavily, walk around, maybe even dress up like an absolute bloody idiot, and also eat like big, large turkey legs. That's the one thing.
Makes sense.
It makes sense.
That makes
Does
sense.
it please the king?
That makes sense.
Now, so everyone, we have the top 10 tips. Yes, there's 10. There's 10 for this one. Don't worry, we'll get there. The top 10 tips on how to Ren fair, and we're going to start it off with the bastard-born Bostonian just himself.
Bastard-born Bostonian. Bald bastard Bostonian.
Big.
Yes.
Yes.
Number 10, everyone. Hydrate. All right?
Hydrate.
Fancy a pint?
Yes.
Better make it a pint of H2O first. Fairs and festivals are great for tippling are great for tippling with beer, wine, mead, cider, and other alcoholic beverages. However, these treats increase risk of dehydration. Match your alcohol intake with equal amounts of water, right?
Especially if you eat too many Da Vinci's.
Yes,
They really
cheese
dehydrate
girls.
you.
Yes, send nudes. Even if you aren't drinking, staying hydrated is essential, since most Renaissance fairs are open during the hottest months of the year. Fun fact, okay?
Oh.
Heat prostration and dehydration are the most common reasons fair visitors need first aid treatment. Because that is what. But back then there was no first aid. You died in the streets.
Absolutely.
You drank
Especially
dirty water, and you died in the streets.
Very bad sewage
Yes.
in the peasant
Yes.
area of the castle.
Be extra careful if you are in costume. You may get warmer than you expect in all those layers.
Oh, wait. Costume? What are you talking about?
Costumes. I choose to look like.
I sewed this myself.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I
The
must
stitching
say...
is beautiful.
Yes, thank you. You know,
Yes. Is that baby polar bear?
Well, yes. Perfect. You know, I must say you're very educated for a bastard-born Bostonian.
Yes. Well. You know, I send it news. Well, I've whittled away at
Now,
my knowledge.
Now, obviously we need to go to a Renaissance fair, and it is, you know, it's during those, like, it is in the fall, during, like, the warmer temperatures, but it's also sometimes you get, like, cool, chillier days.
Yes.
But it is important. You know, you could be there for hours.
It would be funny to go to a Renaissance fair in 8 inches of snow.
Well, I
have seen it in the movies.
Yeah,
Game of Thrones. They're all winter is coming.
it is. It is.
Right.
It is.
Try eating turkey legs then.
What? You know, it is important. You know, because
You're drinking
The Renaissance
mead
fair-
the size of your head.
the size of your head, these large portions. You know,
Out
if
of
I
a
had to
wooden cup
describe-
that no one's cleaned out.
You know, I believe that the Renaissance fair, their sizes are modeled after some type of, like, Super Size Me McDonald's.
Yes.
I think that was the longest running Super Size.
it
The
was.
Renaissance, it was just
Yes.
the largest meads and ales and
Yes.
turkey legs.
Well,
and
you could die at any moment back then.
Yeah, so you might as
You
well
know,
have a full belly.
Yeah, you might as well be piss drunk all the time.
Yes.
All the time. Because at any moment, your brother could shoot an arrow in your neck. In your fat neck. And then you and your friend laugh and laugh. There was no ambulance back then.
No, there
No,
was
people
not.
just pointed and laughed and stole. Took your clothes and took your body. Probably laid with it. And then threw it in the river.
Are you speaking from experience?
Yes. This is what we've done.
Well, you know what I think you should have done that might have solved it all.
I started at the bottom.
Hydrate!
And now I'm here.
Well, yes, drink water, especially if you're going to be drinking and eating and avoiding death, because let me tell you, avoiding death in the Renaissance is exhausting. It's so dehydrating. It pleases the jester and it pleases the king. Moving on.
Yes, it does.
The top 9 tip is wear worthy shoes. Yes, you're going to be walking around quite a lot. Different terrains. Going to be muddy. Some places are going to have cobblestone. You know, you don't know what you're going to come up against.
Unless you're dressing up as a hobbit. To which
That's
you need
impressive. You have some big feet.
to which you are walking around all day.
With your big, fat,
Your
hairy,
big,
bare
fat,
feet.
Hairy bare feet.
Ladies and gentlemen, mostly peasants probably who are listening. At a large fair, it's not uncommon to walk up to 4 miles or more. You've never walked 4 miles in your life.
Oh, what?
What's 4? I can't know.
I have traveled near and far to get the best jokes across the land. This is the cream of the mead.
Well, we'll see.
The tip of the whittle.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, mostly peasants, and you might be walking quite a bit, and that's often over, as I said, uneven dirt paths, gravel and rocks. Not great for the feet.
They didn't have roads back then.
No, they really didn't.
They did
did
not.
they?
No.
It took a lot of manpower to whittle down rocks in the ground, so it was like even surface.
Yes,
But
it's hard to whittle rocks.
speak from experience.
Yes. I was a bastard after all.
So
We used to eat rocks.
now, peasants, to avoid fatigue, wear comfortable, supportive shoes. Well, it's obvious our viewers are not of the higher class or medium working class. They are peasants.
Like you.
Like you.
No, listen up, peasants.
At the very least, use closed-toed shoes to avoid mud, dust, twigs, and the occasional food item dropped by some kid. Some fat kid, probably.
Peasant,
But
no
also,
doubt.
let me tell you, many a death I have been reported is peasants like you listening and watching that they step on a turkey leg or part of a turkey leg and they say, no turkey leg left behind, and they eat it. They get
After they
the Black
stepped in
Plague.
horse poop, yes,
yes.
yes.
And so they've eaten just basically the next plague, and they die. So just be. You're better off drinking water. Yes.
Yes.
No. Yes. Worthy shoes. Worthy
Yes.
shoes, or
Yes.
else, unless you're a big, stinky, ugly, short hobbit. with
Yes,
your
the turkey leg plague was very, very
It's
bad.
so misleading
Very
because
bad.
you step on a
One
turkey
person
leg.
died of it,
Right, yes, yeah.
but it almost spread. It did.
Yes.
This is very scary. Wear shoes. Drink water. Wear shoes
Yes.
because you're running around the woods dressed like an idiot.
Now let's not forget you're still trying not to die at every moment.
Any moment, arrows could shoot out from the bushes and pierce your trachea.
Your trachea.
Yes. Or you could eat the turkey leg and get the plague.
Yes.
Yes.
Now moving on.
Moving on. Listen up, peasants. Number 8, all right? Actually, before we go on, I have another joke for you.
Please. You know, I've waited long enough that I forgive you for the shitty ones.
Well,
earlier.
what do you call a priest who is also a Renaissance man? A jack of all trades and master of nuns.
Impressive.
Does that please the king?
Yes, you know, it's impressive.
One
It's
one more.
Okay.
One more.
Not
one more.
laugh out loud funny, but
One more. What? That killed at the tavern.
yes, well.
Also, everyone died in the tavern.
Well, they serve turkey legs.
They killed themselves. the turks.
They serve leftover turkey legs.
They're killed at the tavern.
Literally.
Literally.
me.
That joke always gets people the plague. The plague.
That joke gave the plague at the tavern.
That joke killed everyone at the tavern.
All right.
Literally.
Okay.
One more for the peasants.
Yes.
My wife.
Oh, yes.
My wife is on her later time. While at the Renaissance Fair, and told me she was craving chocolate. I asked her if the craving was period specific.
It pleases the king. It pleases the king. Yes, it pleases the king.
Pleases the king?
Yes.
That joke crushed it in the dungeon. I'll tell you.
I have no
The
doubt.
dungeons.
Yes.
And people were crushed in the dungeons as well.
Funny enough, there was quite a lot of blood after that joke.
Yeah, that joke crushed it in the dungeon.
All right, and now moving on to
people
the
were crushed.
top 8 tip.
Yes. The number 8 tip. Read maps and schedules, because you will get lost. There's nothing more frustrating than missing out on a performance because you couldn't find it, or it took longer than you expected to get it, or getting to the venue only to find a long line to get in. This is why you want a map. Digital is fine because that makes sense, but a simple printed map and program schedule works well too. There should be a printer somewhere in the village. Most fairs hand them out at the front gate. A con will provide you one at the register. A con? Who's a con? Other essential things a map tells you: where to find food, vendors, and restrooms. Many cons and larger events these days will also offer a downloadable schedule app, which also allows you to create a personal schedule for the day. These are fantastic tools.
Absolutely. Now, as all of you peasants already know, you have no phones. I do not allow it. And you have to sign up. And there is only about 10 of you at a time that can use the map. So, just get in line, get on the waiting list for these maps. But it's very important for our more respected visitors.
That is why your last fair was a little empty. No one knew how to get there.
I thought it was the tavern.
It was the tavern.
Yes. Oh, no. The tavern inn. That's where they all stayed before they came here.
Yes, they did.
And connecting the dots. You were there the whole time.
Yes. While you're traveling Middle-earth, you would want a map, right?
Yes.
You would need one.
Because
One would
most
think.
people don't have it.
No, because they're poor, or the king doesn't allow it.
Yes. If
But how do I get to the king's party if he won't let me use a map to get there?
Maps and maps and schedules are very important because let me tell you.
Yes.
Here at the castle, we are you looking at my? I'm showing Nip. Yes, it's how it's I actually ran for king on the platform of showing royal Nip.
I was wondering when you would slip into one of your tight outfits.
I had the
2002.
Now, us at the
This was your Halloween outfit.
No.
When you were 6. Now it all
when
makes sense.
I was 7.
7.
No, maps and schedules are very, very important because here at the Doozy Empire, the Doozy Castle, we run like a Broadway show.
Yes.
We are. Come on, peasants right there, hobbits right there. All that,
Yes.
we are on a schedule, all right? And we will not wait for anyone.
No, we can't. The king's very impatient.
Yes.
King is very impatient.
The only thing I'm patient with, surprisingly enough, is this jester's jokes. Even when somehow I call for his head to be cut off, and he still wins me back.
These jokes slay in the dragon's dungeon, okay? And also people are getting slayed. Okay?
Maps and schedules are important. You can find them all over the castle. Because Because people discarded them.
You are here.
No, yes, because these maps and schedules, they give you an idea of what you may want to attend.
They're all over the castle.
Like
But the peasants can't read.
Well, there's pretty colours
Yes.
on them, and you can see little symbols like, oh, that's where the jousting's going to happen, and it's going to happen at this time and this time. That was always my favourite.
Yes.
And there's the parade. Oh my! How rude of me!
Plague.
The plague.
Plague.
The bird plague.
The plague.
Yes. So yes. Just grab. You want to know what's going on.
Yes. Don't steal a map, or we'll cut your hands off.
Yeah, yes.
We will.
Now, moving on to the top 7 tip. Know your privies. What are privies? Well, porta potties, porta johns, the shrine of St. John of the Blue Waters. You know 'em.
Yes, I do.
You hate 'em. Here are a couple of quick tips. Choose a unit farthest from the entrance to the privy area. It's more likely to be clean because it is least used. Leave most of your stuff with your friends before you go in, unless you met them earlier in the day.
Yes.
Good.
Take my sword, my shield, my helmet, my horse.
Most likely, if you met them earlier in the day, they are thieves. Yes, and they are still wanted. They are public enemy number 1, and I will find you.
Yes.
And I will kill you. I have a particular set of skills.
To send people to do your bid.
To send people to do my bidding. Yes.
To tell people with skills to do your bidding.
Yes. My skill is knowing those people who have the skills to do that.
And then making them do that.
And then make them do that. And I get the credit. So leave your stuff with your friends if you trust them. Less contamination, less fumbling, less chance of dropping something, yes? Always, and I mean always, knock on the door before opening the unit.
Yes.
Most folks will turn the latch to red. Not everyone does, especially kids. My.
Yes. Know your privies.
Yes.
Because I was in a privy.
Did you have an
I did.
experience?
I dropped my turkey leg
Oh, no.
into one of the privies. And I said, well,
It's a lost turkey leg.
no, I ate it.
Oh, my.
Yes. It was.
Are you saying you're immune to the turkey leg?
I'm not sure what is
Did
going-
you eat the turkey legs at the tavern?
This
that
was
night?
this was moments ago, so something could happen by the end of this day.
Well, I guess we'll see. As a public service at camping events, consider bringing a glow stick on a string with you, or I guess a glow stick. Hang it in the privy. Make it nice. Now, everyone has a nice nightlight that will help them avoid surprises in the dark. Surprises in the dark of the privy.
See, glow sticks are a better alternative because I used to bring torches into the privies. That would burn them down.
Yes,
would.
and the smell was
It
just
would.
awful.
It would.
Because simultaneously
During the winter, poop is warm, so people would hide in the privies to stay warm.
Yeah.
That is why you dip your glow stick down the hole and make sure no one's down there.
No.
Otherwise,
Are you-
getting pooped on is it's warm when it comes out, and in the winter, it's a good alternative.
Now, are you speaking from experience?
Before I was jester, I lived in outhouse holes.
A what?
Outhouse holes, privy holes.
Outhouse holes.
I was born in a privy hole.
And
My mother gave birth to me in a privy hole,
oh my.
and there I rose from the ashes. Are you following
Very
this?
smelly
Are you
ashes.
follow- are you
I
follow-
do.
are you
I do.
following? This
The
is
king
a tale.
follows.
The king follows.
The king follows.
The king.
The king follows reluctantly. Moving on to the top 6 tick.
I've had a tortured life. I have. Thank you.
Yes, I'm learning so much about
Thank you for
I followed
bringing
your,
me into something less humiliating.
I followed your comedy for years and years, but I had no idea you had such a storied life.
Yes.
You have been everywhere.
I have. Yes.
I'm covered in shit.
Well, yes.
Well, I take baths every evening.
Well, yes.
All right. Okay.
Yes. Well,
The top 6 tip.
Well, now that you have your map, you've drank water and you pooped in your privy.
Yes. With your nightlight.
with your glow stick.
Your glow stick.
Put a glow stick. Number 6, everyone. Well, would the king wish
Put a glow stick where? Is this from your personal
for
experience?
warmth? Put a glow stick.
Yeah.
In your privy. In your privy hall. Number 6, everyone. But before we begin, I have another joke for the king.
One more. Okay.
Yes, okay,
all
here
right.
we go. Here we go. I just got arrested while on stage at a Renaissance fair. Apparently, my agent was confused and they actually booked me to perform a lute act on stage. Does the king approve?
The king does not approve.
Okay, well...
Strike 1.
Okay, so wait, what? Strike? You go... Okay. All right, well, I have another one
The
for you.
whole trick is you have no idea how many strikes
Okay,
are allowed.
okay, perfect. I have another one for you.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yes.
Here's one that
Yes.
Did you hear about the crab that could paint?
The crab or the crab?
The crab.
Oh, the crab.
The crab
yes.
that could paint.
could paint.
His name was Leonardo da Vinci.
The king approves. The king approves. That's delightful.
The king
Da
approves.
Vinci?
Leonardo da Vinci. You
Oh,
know him.
my-
You know him.
I do.
know
He's
him.
my pet.
You know him.
He's my boy. He's my rotten soldier. He's my
good time.
he's my good time boy.
He's my rotten cheese.
He's my rotten cheese.
One more for the king.
Yes.
I was up all night. Some bloke just told me I have no culture. Just because I can name more Ninja Turtles than Renaissance artists. Do you get it?
Yes. They're all named Renaissance artists. You know, it's a very
The king is
intellectual
smart.
joke.
Yes.
It's very
yes.
intellectual.
It's intellectual.
It's one of those that you hear and you'd say,
Yes. It's filling. It's filling.
It fills your delightful spirit.
Yes. Plague free. That one was plague free.
Oh, good. Now, moving on.
The restaurant menu.
Good Lord.
The restaurant menu said breakfast anytime. So I ordered steak and eggs from the Renaissance period.
Yes. That definitely jingles my balls. Moving on to the top 6 tip.
Yo mama is so old.
No, not again. God.
Your mama is so old. When it's that time of the month, she has a Renaissance period.
I see what you did there. It's quite... You know, I love how much we disrespect women in this time. It's so refreshing, isn't it? Just kidding. The top 6 tip.
The number 6 tip, everyone.
Thank you.
Cash can still be king. Cons and fairies are totally about shopping. What is a con?
Oh, con,
I know
like
what-
you know, like a Comic-Con or a
cons.
convention.
Conventions.
Yes.
I said cons and fairies, but cons and fairs are.
Have you been conned by a fairy?
Yes,
recently?
I have. Yes, my ex-wife. Cons and fairies are fairs. Fairs.
Cons and affairs?
Cons and
Have
affairs.
you had an affair at a con before?
I have with a fairy. Cons and fairs are totally about shopping. You will find art, home decor, jewelry, costume, accessories, toys, and collectibles, etc., 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 etc. The king is bored. Best of all, you are often buying directly from the artist, like Da Vinci. However,
Did you say Da Vinci?
Da Vinci.
Da Vinci, yes.
Da Vinci. Though most vendors nowadays can use Square and similar credit card tech, not all can, especially those from the Renaissance. Bring cash for this, as well as for food and drinks. It's just faster sometimes than throwing a bag of coins at people. Remember, at Ren fairs, many ale booths do not take plastic, because in the Renaissance, they recycled. They did. Cash is also very nice to have if you have kids and want to give them the experience making a purchase by themselves. Here, kid, get a turkey leg. Would you like plague on that? If you like a band you hear, let your kid buy the CD from the band's merch person, who may be wandering the audience with a basket full of CDs. Yes.
Shop. Buy things that interest you. Bring cash, because
especially
if you're going to the brothels.
Yes.
I'm not speaking from experience.
No. Buy things. This is the point of Renaissance fairs, to go and to buy wooden weapons
that are whittled down.
To whoop your brother with.
Yes.
While he tries to
whips cream.
Yes. There is a whipped cream station.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yes, buy things.
Buy things. It's such a rewarding experience to just, the good old.
Yes.
It's a good old fashioned enjoyable thing. The
I
old
find,
transaction. Yeah. What do you find?
I find that I always forget my glow sticks at home. So they
you need to buy them.
You can purchase those.
Yes.
Glow sticks.
Yes.
Hey, well, all this talk about whipping and weapons and
trying to survive,
and kings and
plagues
and plagues and maps and turkeys and the funniest jokes from here to the other side of the land, it's making me hungry.
Yes. Bring in the feast.
Hey, Thickness.
Hello, bastard.
You know what sucks?
I could name a few, but I feel like you have.
You know what sucks?
What?
When I tell a joke that crushes at the tavern and ends up killing people. It does. Like this one. Here's a quick one for you. A guy... Plague!
Plague! Oh my.
A guy
Yes.
walks into a bar with brown robes on, and the bartender asks, "What's with the robes? You just get out of a Renaissance fair?" He replies, "No, I'm a Carmelite priest." The bartender exclaims, "I'll be damned." And he answers, "I hope not."
Stop. You know what doesn't sound?
What?
The Botticelli Foods! Yes, this delightful feast. You know, I'm tired of every time I invite the entire kingdom to my birthday party and fair, and I hear through the grapevine an upcoming jester comedian doing his first stand-up set at the Tavern Inn. Apparently, literally killed everyone with his joke. I'm also tired of telling everyone who serves me to buy expensive, low-quality foods. I tell them, no, stop that! Stop! I deserve the nice things.
You do.
I deserve quality. You know what? Why don't you march down to that tavern and bring me back one of those turkey legs? I'd like to try them for myself.
They are delicious. And Botticelli is a family, right? Botticelli, Da Vinci, Leonardo, Michelangelo, and the rest of the Ninja Turtles.
Shredder.
Right. Botticelli is family owned and operated with 4 generations in the food industry. That is royalty. That is royalty. That is a dynasty, right?
Yes, you know.
And they...
Yes.
No, I did not mean to cut the king off.
No, and I was saying the only reason why they're still around is because they still have not poisoned me. I'm very appreciative of that.
Yes.
So
they do want war, though.
With whom?
With you, Your Highness.
Interesting. This is the first of my hearing.
Yes.
We'll have to address it later.
They won't get here because they don't have a map.
Well, you know what I'm going to do?
What? Well, first of all...
I'm going to... What?
I wasn't done.
Yes.
4 generations. That's a dynasty.
A dynasty,
A dynasty. They bring an experience to your table, Your Highness.
Yes,
with a
please.
taste that transports you to the heart of Italy. Do you know where that is?
It's somewhere over here.
Correct.
Approximately.
It
If
is.
we're looking at the map that
Yes.
hasn't quite
Yes.
gone out to the peasants,
Yes.
it's right around.
Middle Earth.
I point at Mordor. It's right around here. It's Mordor.
yes.
If you go to botticellifoods.com and use promo code Doozy at checkout for 15... yes, use code Doozy and you can get 15% off all Botticelli Foods products. I will personally call one of my slaves and tell them, you need to deliver this. Or, frankly... if you just want to travel to Italy,
It's
get it for yourself. It's, they have a really great,
in this
spicy,
area,
hot arrabbiata sauce.
A lot of sunshine in this area.
In the volcano, that's where you
Yes.
find it.
Yes. We are talking pasta, sauce, olive oil, a balsam mix,
Okay.
and many more wooden weapons.
Ah, yes. Botticelli Foods are extraordinary and outstanding. Just. It pleases the king. Just like the peasants of Doozy.
Yes. The king has returned from the privy. Everyone may now be seated.
You do not want to go in that privy. Moving on. The top 5 tip is kilting up and dressing up. Ooh, exciting. Dressing up can be one of the most fun parts of attending a fairy or con. What a fair or con, a Renaissance fair or convention. I thought it said killer. As a killer, as a kilter, you have so many options. Everything from modern dress to historical Highlander to ancient Celt to fantasy hero and beyond. After all, we live in the age of the kilted stormtroopers and kilted Darth Vader.
We do.
In this world we live in.
Yes, they live somewhere
Around
in this region.
neighbor Italy, actually.
Yes.
Yes.
Helm's Deep.
Some call them the Uruk High.
Yes.
If you plan to dress in contemporary Highland fashion, like such, there's plenty of options for hot weather. If you want to make more costumey elements for your look, we recommend using natural fiber cloth as it will breathe in the heat. Currently, right now, it feels like I'm wearing a heated blanket.
Yes. I once saw a peasant wear unnatural fiber, and he died.
Did you?
It wasn't from my joke.
I was about to say.
I did tell him a joke, but that is not privy.
I believe the jury's still out on that one.
Yes.
Avoid wearing a lot of.
Well, they haven't come back because you did not give them a map.
Also, peasants, avoid wearing a lot of leather, which can get hot, believe you me. An all-black outfit can also be challenging this way. Avoid rubber at all costs as well. Natural materials are also important to consider when you shop for clothing at the fair. If the shirt you like is polyester, you will be miserable in it. Watch out for cheap import sporrans and belts as well, okay? Naturally, we hope you'll consider buying one of our all-cotton Highland shirts or our cotton linen blend Grandad shirts after they are done being... they're still in production.
Yes.
I promise, peasants, I promise you, I will get you maps.
He promises.
And Grandad shirts.
Maps and Grandad shirts.
Maps and Grandad shirts and plague-free turkey legs. This is my promise for my next running of king. Now, that's never going to happen because I'm always going to laugh. Anyway, have you ever worn a kilt before? I've always wanted to.
You have made me. You forced me to wear one.
Trick question.
You did.
Yes.
It was.
I made you flash me a few times.
Yes.
But, you know, it's like, whoa.
Yes.
Yes. I thought it'd
yes.
be a funny bit.
Yes.
But I had nightmares
Yes.
for weeks on end
Yes.
because I just couldn't quite make out what was underneath your
Well,
kilt.
it's because during my travels, my privy parts were mangled somewhere in this area. Somewhere in this area. It was here or it was the Forbidden Forest.
Yes.
Somewhere in Mordor.
Those bloody ents will get you.
They did not like my joke. They said, the next one better make us cackle.
Yes.
Or we will cut off your
Our
cock.
firstborns.
Yes. Our firstborns.
We will cut them off.
Our privies.
No, I'm not providing you with any. Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Well, yes. So, dress up. And I mean, kilts. That's, we already know it's
breathing room.
A lot, exactly.
Yes,
It can be very, very hot. But also, depending on what you're wearing, even if it's a cooler day, you want the lower regions to be breathable.
You do.
Yes. You want to be able to... You want ventilation.
Yes.
Makes sense?
Yes. You'll be.
Yes. You have no idea what I'm talking about, you stupid peasants. They don't even know where they are.
The plague can get trapped somewhere sometimes.
Yes.
So this is why you need air.
Yes.
Right, for plagues.
Yes.
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 So moving on.
Yes. Number 4. All right. Before we continue, would the king like
please the king?
please the king for another joke?
1 to 2, please.
I'll
He's
give you.
going to do 4. Yes, please. You are here in residency.
Why couldn't the Medici family diversify their wealth?
Oh, those buggers.
Because in Renaissance times, stocks were bonds.
More. More. This instant.
This one killed his Mordor. Ready? I started studying art history.
Oh.
I'm really learning a lot. This painter named Renaissance is just amazing. Good thing you're wearing your kilt.
Oh, I think it's...
Is the shirt
bottom
too tight again?
Somebody rip this shirt off me. I ate too much pasta.
You look fantastic, by the way.
Your nipples are coming through delightfully. Yes. All right. Moving on. Let's move on. Yes.
Okay.
Oh, the Renaissance with a person! Yeah, it was awful. Good, move
Stocks were bonds. Number 4. Shows and concerts. Ren fairs, shows, and concerts are very close and intimate. They are. It's the ancient natural connection between performers and audience, especially if there's no miking or electronics involved, which there weren't.
Projecting.
They can be very interactive, and audience members sometimes become part of the show. So, before you sit down to enjoy something, read signs and program descriptions. Some shows are intentionally bawdy, so you'll want to know that beforehand if you have kids along. Don't worry about being called up on stage. They'll probably just behead you. The performers will only really go after people who want to play along, unless the king commands it. Be conscious of open space around the stage. Performers sometimes leave the stage to interact. And at concerts, you can expect a lot of dancing going on at the edges of the dome, in front of the stage. If you have mobility issues, which most of you do, you'll want to be aware of this. If you enjoyed a show, please buy something for the merchandise, or the king will kill you. Set up by the band, or leave a tip for the performers. Someone may wander around with a collection basket. Because cash is king.
Yeah, these shows and concerts are the best way for you to get an idea of the
Wealth, royalty.
Well, it gets you into the world a lot easier. You really experience what it was like, because most of these performances, whether they're plays or whether they're music, they are based in the period.
Yes. During my travels, I had mobility issues as well. It was somewhere around here.
Oh, Rivendell.
Rivendell.
Well,
yes.
so you couldn't walk around Rivendell. It's such a beautiful place. So many
I know.
things to take in, and you were you being
fairies,
wheeled?
elves. Yes. From Rivendell to Rohan, I was on my knees.
Doing what?
Telling jokes. Why? What were showing my privies? The king likes this. Anyways.
King approved.
Anyways.
Yes, go to the show. The concert. Yeah.
You'll probably you will see a performance.
You will see a
Cut his tongue
performance when you come to my Renaissance fair.
Yes.
And if you do not, because I'm going to be performing in every single one of them.
Yeah, last year's performance was very good.
Yes. The jousting.
The jousting
Between the boar.
Yes.
And
yes, you were right on point.
It pleases the king. It pleases the king. Yes.
Do you get it?
Yeah. Yes.
Jousting.
Yes.
It's a long, sharp stick, whittled down into a weapon. And I said you were on point.
Oh, yeah. Yes, go to the shows. They're exciting. They're fun.
Unless they're not.
You're speaking from experience.
Yes, I've been to some bad shows. It was around this area.
Yes.
I wish Jose could just put up a scenes of like Lord of the Rings when
everybody's charging.
Yeah.
Well, moving on. We're in the
Please.
top 3 tips now. The top 3 tip on how to Ren Fair is safety. Safety. Fairs, festivals, cons, and Highland games are just like any public situation. You should be aware of your surroundings, you bloody idiot. Keeping track of your belongings is never a bad idea. However, the main safety issue at these events is inappropriate behavior. Someone may have had a few drinks and get into your personal space. Maybe be on their knees doing jokes. Yes, all right. To put it mildly, if you feel someone...
It was from Riverdale to Rohan.
It was the only way!
I ran out of money.
It's the longest... It's the longest, oldest profession. What do you expect of me?
How do you think I made it through my travels?
If you feel someone is behaving in an inappropriate manner towards you or someone else, or if you see someone on their knees, tell security, tell the King's Guard, tell, someone that, serves me. Because if a security or King's Guard staff member is not obvious, mention the issue to a vendor or booth operator. They should be able to call and help. The staff will all appreciate you helping them maintain a safe and welcoming environment for all patrons. Important. Not everyone wearing a costume is a fair employee. There are many imposters behind...
Costume?
There are many imposters behind our city walls. And I have told them...
Really?
I will single-handedly go out into the night and tell other people that serve me to kill you
With a glow stick on a stick.
It will be painful, and every crime scene will be the prettiest.
The king means this. The king means this.
Yes.
I've seen him going out in the night.
The king never lies.
Never. Not once.
Never, not once.
Not
Ren
once.
fairs, more so than other events, have something called patrons. These are customers, usually season regulars, who dress up in a costume and like to pretend they are part of the show. I mean, how bloody
Imposters.
How bloody imposters!
Imposters.
That's bloody annoying.
Really?
Could you please stop? I'm having a dinner with my kids.
Could you imagine two people dressing up, acting like idiots from a different time
from a
period?
different time and telling people how to act?
Yes, for almost an hour digitally.
I mean, somebody should take a glow stick and beat them repeatedly in a privy
Yes.
until they get out of town. Now,
The king has lost it.
I do not lie. These are customers. Now, who are these people? These are customers. Usually season regulars or podcast hosts who dress up in costume and like to pretend they are part of the show. Like they are playing in an RPG with the cast.
Oh, rub-a-dub-dub.
Some are good friends of the cast and staff. Some, most certainly, are not. Often they are the ones causing behavior complaints because they can take things too far. Yes. Hey, that's not the script, you bloody idiot.
Yeah, some people go to these places really thinking they're in these times, and they've got a screw loose.
Yeah,
and they'll go around with their wooden whittled weapons, and they'll actually start fighting people.
Yes. Or they'll get belligerently drunk.
Yes.
And just start tavern and bar fights.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine?
Do you jest?
I don't, but you do.
I do.
I do. I please that. I please myself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you've made me watch. You have forced
You made me watch while I wore the kills. Yeah, so trying to include patrons in their game who really aren't into it, they can take things too far in that way. They are not trained actors.
They're not.
No,
they're just
they're not.
drunk.
They're just enthusiasts
Yes.
who paid to get in like everyone else, costume or no costume. If someone makes you feel uncomfortable, tell them Get out. Tell them to stop.
Get out of here!
Tell them to stop. Period. Renaissance.
Oh, wow.
Then report them to security / the King's Guard.
Period.
Period. Renaissance period.
I had a great time at the Renaissance Fair. I enjoyed riding my wife into battle.
That's a very good one. That's a very good one. Yes. What was this one about? Yeah, everybody, safety. You have to be
The
safe.
king forgets
apparently,
his own rule. Safety.
Apparently, this tip is all about watch out for everyone. Just like the beginning. You see, it's all connected. From the beginning, there are people. They are out to get you.
Yes.
They are out
Everyone
to
is
get you.
out to get the king.
That's
There
why
are
I
rumors.
stay up in my tower
Yes.
all day.
Yes.
Yes, and I only come out at night. Because there's this one specific privy that I have.
Yes.
A glow stick. And it's the only way I can relieve myself.
Yes.
You know?
I was born in that privy. I was.
Son?
Dad. Wow. Wow.
Circle!
Yes. These places, there will be people that dress up and it will be fun. And then there are people that will dress up and it will not be fun.
Yes.
If you go to one of these places and someone shows up in an executioner's outfit, maybe
avoid.
Maybe avoid them.
Yes.
Maybe contact the King's Guard.
You know, I have not been to a Renaissance fair outside of my own castle for quite a long time. But I haven't gone since maybe like 13 or 14 years old.
Yes, well, you won't because you killed your brother at the last one.
Oh, yes, that's
you
right.
said, I will never partake in this.
That's right.
Yes.
Now, I know that if I go back,
Someone will die.
someone will die. Especially if I'm with you, because we will challenge
Yes.
every single person
Yes.
who is an actual trained actor
Yes.
at the Ren Fair, because we could have so much fun just testing the limits, I feel.
Yes.
You know?
Also, you would look ridiculous with your little wooden bow made for kids.
Yes.
Yes. But you
But
sleep,
I
you
carry it
sleep
with me everywhere I go. I carry it with me up to the top of my castle and down to the privy where I relieve myself every eve.
Yes. Perfect.
Yes.
Number 2, everyone. We are in the top 2.
The top 2 tips.
The top 2 tips. Parking. Oh, would you like to hear a joke?
Why not? Yes.
I only have one more.
What? You know what? Let's do it after the parking, right?
After-
Yeah. So something to look forward to before we do the first tip.
To close it out.
Yes,
to
yes,
close
yes,
it out.
yes,
Okay, number 2, parking. For many outdoor events like the Ren Fair, parking is just a big dusty field. Some are more organized than others. The dust can be pretty intense, especially towards the end of the season. This camouflage can make finding your car or horse or wife again more challenging.
Your carriage. Your donkey.
Yes. Consider downloading a car finder app for the phone.
Or your carriage.
Or your carriage, or your
horse.
horse, or your donkey.
Or your horse.
You could also take quick snapshots of the row you're in and any landmarks. Sounds a bit silly, right? That sounds silly.
That's the silliest thing I've ever
That sounds silly. Taking a picture of your car so you can remember where your car is before you go into a fucking Renaissance fair is the silliest. That's the silliest part. Trying to find your car to get the fuck out of there is the silliest part.
You're fighting for your life. You're fighting for your life.
Right.
You need to know.
Right, but the turkey legs and the jingles, that's not silly. But trying to navigate your way back to your car to leave, that's silly.
What
that.
happened to your
I love
accent
that.
just
I
then?
love that.
It's very silly.
You can also take a quick snapshot of the row you're in and any landmarks so you can find your car. Sounds a bit silly, doesn't it?
Yes, yes, it's very important. Now, the one thing is that our Renaissance Fair, at my fair, we are not liable for any stolen property or carriages or cars or whatever brought you there.
Right, that's the silliest part. Okay.
Yeah, parking is very important.
But tying a glow stick to a stick when you go into an outhouse, that's not silly? That's not silly? Huh? Watching an entire show about the Renaissance Fair and then throwing coins at people, that's not silly? Wearing a kilt, that's not silly?
Yeah, park your car and remember where
dressing up like... Listen, dressing up like a goddamn knight of the round table ain't silly. But trying to navigate your car. That's the silliest part.
We jest.
Dressing up like Gaston and riding around, talking with an accent all day, eating turkey legs.
We jest. We have.
That's
fun.
not silly.
We joke, we jape, and all that because all of this is leading to our top one tip. And let me tell you, I am ordering you. This is the top one tip. You're going to have a blast.
Hey, the king commands it.
The king commands it. I command you to have a blast. Don't stay in one place like the main stage or spend all your time shopping or trying to figure out where you're going.
I'm sorry. I'm just picturing I go to the Renaissance Fair all day with my friends, right? And then we go back to the parking lot, and I know where my car is, and everyone's making fun of me because I know where my car is, right? Meanwhile, they're clicking their heels and eating grass. But I'm the fool because I know where my car is.
Well, I mean, look at you.
But I'm the fool.
I'm the fool. Listen, don't stay in one place the whole day like the main stage or spend all your time shopping. We're looking at you, ladies. Take time to explore the hidden corners of the fair. You never know when you'll run into wandering musicians, or jesters on their knees, or costume patrons doing some entertaining shenanigans.
Yeah.
And speaking of costumes, you'll find a huge variety of eye candy. Yeah.
Oh.
From historically accurate garb to fantasy creatures, Vikings, barbarians, big corset women with huge tracts of land, not to mention the occasional time-traveling stormtrooper or galaxy guardian. I have no idea what they're talking about. This is obviously a for
time-traveling stormtroopers or galaxy guardians. Not silly. Far from silly.
Enjoy it all and grab some photos. Ask first. Ask.
Yeah.
Consent is key, unless I command it.
Yeah. Excuse me, princess. Can I take a picture of your landmarks?
Your huge tracts of land.
Your huge
Take time to relax and watch this magical world go by.
Nice turkey meat you got there.
And listen, take time to relax. If there is one place to enjoy people watching, it's the Ren Fair. It is the stimuli of weirdos for actors and who are just so in it to just regular people. And be prepared
it's so
to have conversations too, because these people will engage with you. You are going to find plenty of folks who appreciate your kilt and you may make some new friends among the other kilted Celts. Have fun.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, have fun. It is very fun. It is very fun.
Even though you've never been.
I
If
feel-
it's
I feel-
anything
I feel
like
like
the
I've
past
been.
hour,
I feel like I've
I
been.
feel like I've been. Let me tell
I
you,
feel like I've
this one time I couldn't find my car.
Yeah. Couldn't find my car because I was worried about looking like an idiot.
And I was like, where the hell am I? The Renaissance?
I didn't want to look like an idiot in front of my friends, so I couldn't find my car after the Renaissance fair. Christ.
Well, that's it.
And that's it.
These were the top 10 tips
Yes.
on how to Renaissance fair. This was an absolute blast.
This was a blast.
You know, it's so fun to dress up like a bloody idiot and just drop into a different world.
Yes.
We hope this was helpful.
Yes.
But before
Very helpful.
we
Go
leave,
and have fun.
go and yes.
I actually would go.
It would be we could go in the next month or so. You know, our good friend
Is there one nearby?
our good friend Andrew who used to work for the Apple dynasty.
Apple Dynasty.
Yes.
He went.
He went with his
He was
his
guest
wench.
on. Yes. His wench. They were dressed up. I remember that.
Yes.
We should go. We should go and
I
check
think
this
they went
out.
to a land nearby called Pennsylvania or Philadelphia or something.
Yes, it's somewhere, in this area.
But without
Yes,
further
yes,
ado,
yes,
ladies
yes.
and gentlemen, we are
Yes.
going to wrap this entire fun trot in the
Yes.
Renaissance period with one final joke from our jester in residency.
Also, if this entire podcast, you've been hearing jingles in the audio, it's my bells. I'm wearing a jester outfit. Are you picturing this? I don't look silly, okay?
No. You know what's silly, though?
You know what's silly, though? Trying to find your car when you come out of a fucking... Great. Excuse me.
Take it away with that final joke.
And to close out the evening, first of all, Your Highness, I would like to say that this was an amazing, knowledgeable party.
It was.
Thank you for
It
thank you for inviting the kingdom here. And it's
All of the
sad
peasants.
that all the peasants. It's upsetting that no one showed up. But you promised the maps.
Yes, I
So-
promised them maps.
so maybe they
and
will-
I think maybe water and
Yes.
something else. I
Yes.
can't remember.
The jury's still out.
Yes,
But they're on their way back. They're
yes,
soon.
yes.
Yes. But I would like to close the evening with one more joke.
Please.
And this one I think will definitely please the king. Hundreds of years ago, vulgarity was commonplace. People were often drunk before noon, and public urination was not unusual. At least that's what I tried telling the security guard at the Renaissance fair.
Speaking from experience.
Yes, I did all these
yes,
things.
It pleases the king.
It
Ladies
does.
and gentlemen, please, thank you for watching the Men of Doozy podcast. You know, please comment what your favorite tip was. Comment what your favorite moment was.
Yes. But no bad comments. Or
No,
the king
no
will
comment.
have your head.
Well, I will have your head.
Yes. Share this with your peasant friends. right?
Yes.
Share this with your other peasant friends. Have your peasant friends share peasants with your friends. And tell them about us.
Yes,
Yes.
because word flies very fast
It
with
does.
my raven.
We're on Twitter. We're
Yes.
on Twitch. We're
on YouTube.
YouTube.
Please subscribe.
Yes. Instagram. That's
Bell
where all the main
Instagram.
magic is happening.
Yes,
there.
Instagram. There's very plenty funny
Yes,
quips.
TikTok.
and
TikTok.
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 Yes.
TikTok.
Yes.
TikTok. Yes.
And lastly, if there is something that you want to learn about and have us teach you, while we also learn about it, let us know.
Let us know.
And let us know if you want to, like, be a guest on the show.
Yes.
If you feel like you
Yes.
are entertaining enough for the king and his jester,
Yes.
who, by the way, you can't leave until I tell you.
Yes.
Then, let us know. DM us.
Yes,
Yeah?
yes. If you
Are you an owl?
if you
Oh, no. You can't find this car
if you are a regular at a Renaissance fair, hit us up. We want to learn even more. Maybe we'll
Yes.
go with you, right?
Please.
But more importantly, a guest that we do want on the podcast is a parking attendant. Someone who deals and parks cars all day, because that is the silliest job I have ever heard in my life. I've
Makes
ever
sense
had.
to me.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
I have a long journey home. A long
No,
journey
you can't
home.
leave. You can't leave. I am the king of thickness, royal thickness.
I have a show at the tavern. You want to go?
I thought that's a great venue. I
Yes.
love that turkey leg. Let's go.
Let's go.